Hello, my name is Catherine, and this is a 40-minute chair yoga class dedicated to the joy. So we'll begin our practice with hands on the knees, and we'll take a cat-cow. Bring your chin to your chest, round the spine, bend the elbows, lean forward for your cow pose, really opening the throat here as you breathe into the throat. And then exhale, a sense of ease through the body. This time we'll interlace our fingers and bring our chin to the chest, so extending out. This is the Gupta Mudra, the believing in yourself, the anything is possible mudra. So bring that mudra overhead. Bend the elbows. And really feel the fist on the back of the head. It's okay if you can't bring the fist to the shoulders. You can always just rest the hands on the top of the head. And then exhale, chop wood. Shh. Exhale like the sound. Shush. Like the sea, lift the heels. Inhale. Bend the elbows. Exhale. Shh. Lift the heels. Lower the heels. Bend the elbows. Shh. Lift the heels, and then we'll come back up. Bring the arms out, palms face down. Squeeze the lower glutes and just lift the spine. Imagine that you have a golden thread attached to the top of your head. And then we'll bring that right arm over, open to the side. Gaze over that right shoulder. Fingertips and the shoulders in one line. Come back to center. Feel your core here. Squeeze those lower glutes together and then open up the left arm, gazing over the left fingertips. And then come back to center. And then bring your hands into prayer. Anjali Mudra. The divine union between the left side and the right side of our body. So we'll take an alternate nostril breathing here. Breathe into the left side of your body. And then out the right side, bringing a sense of ease to the right side body. And then bring the breath in through the right side body. And then out the left nostrils, left side body. Beautiful, arms sent forward. And then bow forward. Bring the hands in between the legs, bow the head. And then we'll interlace, bring that right fingertips on the inside of that left arm. Inhale the arm overhead. You can even extend that arm, that right arm, out to the side if the shoulder is up for that. Please modify this for your body. You can always bend the arm or make a fist and place it on the lower spine and give yourself a little assist to deepen that twist. And then come back to center. Both hands come to touch. We bow the head here. And then bend the elbows. And then in hands in prayer, that divine union, that Anjali, the forehead comes to the thumbs, the knuckles of the thumbs, and give yourself a little massage on the tops of your eyebrows, sensing if you have anything going on with your sinuses. And we'll bring some joy into the heart, just the joy of being here today, being all together. And we'll bring the hands down into the middle and trace the fingertips of the left hand up the right arm. Inhale that left arm high. Mindful of what the neck is doing here, so trying to get it all in one line. Maybe even bringing that left arm around to grab the chair or to place a fist on the lower spine. Lifting up through the core here. Coming back to center, bending the elbows, and then thumbs on forehead. Massaging the tops of the eyebrows, and then we'll come back up to center. Inhale the arms overhead, swan dive forward, vinyasa pass, forward fold. Inhale the arms straight up over the head, and then back to heart center. Inhale the arms forward, and then we'll bring that right arm over to the right. Maybe even grabbing the chair, lifting that left arm high, maybe even extending that left leg. Beautiful, bend that left knee. We'll come back around to center. This is as though we're surfing. Here we go, surfing Hawaii 5-0 style. Bend the right arm, bring that right thumb to that right ear. You can even extend one leg. Surfers have a lot of style, just like yogis. We modify our surfing for our own body. Bend that left arm, left thumb comes to left ear. Extend that right leg. Beautiful, back to center. And then that left arm, find your mountain pose in your surfer variation. So imagining that our feet, all four corners of the feet are grounded on the earth. We're lifting up through the arches of the feet. And our shoulders and our hips are in one line up. Bring the shoulder bones over the hips slightly. And then extend that left arm out to the side, over the horizon. Maybe this time reaching for the chair, reaching the right arm overhead and extending that right leg. Deciding what would bring you joy today. Not feeling pressure to do exactly what I'm doing, but to do what feels good on your body today. Make that choice. Beautiful. Hawaii 5-0, bend that left arm. Left thumb comes to the left ear. Extend that right leg, maybe. And come back to center. Right arm bends, right thumb into right ear. Extend that left leg, toes to the sky. Come back to center. Inhale the arms overhead, vinyasa pass, forward fold. A vinyasa is just a transition. So maybe for you it's just a breath. Lift the heels and lift the arms overhead. Two more just like that, almost like a wave. So dancing in our chairs today a little bit, feeling the rhythm of the breath. Eagle pose, arms rise. Right arm under left. Give yourself a hug for coming to yoga today. Slow dance a little bit in your chair. Left leg comes over the right. And then also let's go to a place of hope. Today is May Day, a hopeful time for us that maybe the snow will go away, the storm will run out of rain. Let's go to something hopeful, and then we send out our hopes to one another. Maybe touching the backs of the hands, or just keeping your hug together, or interlace fingers for eagle wrap. So options here to stay here, or lift the elbows. Bring the thumbs to the third eye, and then bend the elbows into the body, strengthening our core. Lift up and unwind, find eagle. Walk the feet slightly wider than hips distance. Pinkies up, right elbow, right knee. Come back to center. Left elbow to left knee. Come back to center, and then star pose. So lift the pinkies to the sky and maybe extending both legs out. Feel the strength of the core, and also feel like wiggle the toes. Feel the active calves here. You can even soften the knees. They can be straight out in front of you depending on how your hips are doing today. And they can also just be soft. Remember that if your legs aren't feeling great, your arms can be your legs. Your fingers can be your arms. And if you're breathing and smiling, you're doing it right. Left arm under right. Give yourself the biggest hug of the day. And touch the backs of the hands or interlace. And then we'll cross the left knee over the right. finding your eagle and relaxing your jaw and your eagle. So just mindful to have an easeful eagle. We can imagine that the eagle is constantly scanning its environment. So just for now, let your eagle just see the waves of ease, lifting the elbows to the sky, and then bringing them into the body, bowing the head. Lift the elbows and unwind, finding eagle arms. If the legs are up for it, widen the stance. And this time we'll take the left elbow to the left knee. Pinkies up. Right elbow to right knee. Come to center and straighten the arms. Star pose. Now we'll just bring the arms as though we're maybe flying like a bird. And from here, we'll extend one leg and find a warrior. So here's where there's some warrior variations if you have a chair. So level 1 warrior variation is actually the foot straight ahead, depending on how your hips are doing. If your hips are okay, that right leg extends and the arms extend, or maybe just the arms. Remember that our eagle is all about the eagle stance, not necessarily what the legs are doing. So the left knee is in line with that left ankle bone. And right hand can come to that right thigh. Lift that left arm overhead, softening the right elbow, reaching. And then we'll come back to find the proud warrior here. Warrior of joy and peace. Left arm comes down to that left thigh. Extend the right pinky out forward with Hansi Mudra of Joy. Right shoulder comes over the hips. And then we extend, finding that extended side angle. Maybe reaching that left hand inside the left thigh. Mindful too, what is the neck doing? So see if you can bring some ease into the neck here by adjusting it. Maybe for you, looking down is better. Or maybe just straight, centered on your drishti point. And then we'll bend that right knee, hands to the knees. Bring that left shoulder into the middle. And lift. And then the right shoulder into the middle. And then lift. Beautiful. If your knees were apart, we'll bring them together and take a couple of cat-cows as our vinyasa. So we'll lean forward, bring the elbows into the body, lift the heart. Squeezing the back of the shoulder blades together. And then bring the chin to the chest. 2 more, elbows into the body. Exhale, round the spine. 1 more. And then exhale. Let's chop some wood. It's cold here where I am, but we are strong like a maypole. Bend the elbows. Bring the fist to the back of the spine, or even to the top of the head. And then we'll inhale from here. Fill up your cup. And then exhale, send it out. Shh. Lift the heels. Inhale, fill up your cup. Maybe crack a smile. Exhale, shh. Chopping wood. 1 more, inhale. Fill up your cup. Exhale, shh. And let's paddle a little bit. So from our Gupta Mudra of believing in yourself, believing in the resilience of you, bend the elbows, bring the fists over to the right side as though you're paddling a paddleboard. So keeping the spine as straight as we can, that beautiful mountain maypole alignment, and then over to the left side. We're going to do this 7 times. So this is the second set. And it's perfectly fine to take a break and just do that Gupta Mudra, believe in yourself break. that anything is possible when we believe in the power inside us. Break. That's Tao Portia Lynch. I call her Tao Eternal because she lives in me and in all living things, and especially in all teachers and students of yoga. Two more. And on the seventh one, this is our biggest wave of breath. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bring it in. And then we'll bring the elbows to the knees and place the forehead. This is our child's pose. I will show you a child's pose. That's a more advanced child's pose in a chair, which is to turn around and bring the feet over the chair, wanting to make sure that your chair doesn't have wheels. This isn't for everybody. Maybe massaging the tops of those eyebrows with the backs of the thumbs, and then we'll come back up to our seated position, rolling one shoulder and then the other, maybe even taking the thumbs underneath the armpits. And we'll bring the left arm behind as though we're doing the backstroke. Also, feeling the core here, so lifting the spine like that maypole. Thinking about traditions that maybe you've had for May Day. Maybe your tradition from now on will be chair yoga. Something hopeful and joyful. When I was a little girl living in Western Massachusetts, my mom had a garden and we had wildflowers around, and on May Day I would always look forward to it because we would let's bring the hands together and then trace the fingers of that left hand on the inside of that right arm. We'll open up, gaze over the left arm. So we would make these little cones, maybe grabbing the chair, and place flowers in the cone and drop them off a neighbor's doorsteps. Back to center. Right fingertips come on the inside of that left arm. Trace it. Open it up. Open it up wide. Look at all that light you're making. Right hand to the chair. Lift that left arm overhead. We also had something called a maypole, which had all these beautiful ribbons from it. So let's take one of the ribbons from our maypole. And the way that worked was we would all sort of dance in this sequence, and at the end, the maypole would magically come together. So just imagine that you have your string of the maypole today. And then just in our own way, we dance around the maypole, and it magically comes together in this synchronous, harmonizing way, lifting the knees slightly. And it was a very joyful experience. So bring the backs of the hands to touch, as though you were an eagle flying over this beautiful sight of people dancing with a maypole, little kids. Beautiful eagles, maypole eagles. Hands on the chair, lift the heart. Maybe extending one leg or both. Wanted to demonstrate a more advanced version of this posture is an upward dog, where we're standing, folding forward. So please remain seated in your chair if that's the way you want to have your practice. Today is seated, or you can place the hands on the chair and lift the heart. And then, of course, you can take a forward fold on your chair, which is really lovely, by placing the forearms on the chair and letting the head go. Or, and from our seated position, we just take our child's pose. Wherever you are, taking a little bit of time to rest and reset. And we'll come back. We'll all meet in our seated position on the chair. In that aligned way where we're sitting at the edge of the chair with our knees and our ankle bones in one line. We'll walk the feet out or just the arms into goddess pose. So remember, there are many ways to surf. There are many ways to do yoga. If you are smiling, you are doing it right. Right elbow comes down to the right knee and lift back up. Left elbow comes down to the left knee and lift back up. And 2 more times, right elbow, right knee. Left elbow, left knee. And then we'll widen the arms and take our warrior series on the left. Remembering that level 1 warriors, your leg is straight out or just the arms out, gazing over that right. That right pinky, Hansi Mudra, inner smile. Really feeling your warrior today. Left hand comes down to that left thigh, reach the right pinky overhead. If you're listening to the playlist, this is a new track. This is the name of the playlist is DJ Love Doctor on Spotify. And the playlist is Waves Crash Over Me Flow. This is a song by Marty Nico, a good friend of mine, and DJ Drez, and they're doing a hip-hop version, a yoga hip-hop version song. Right arm comes down to that right thigh. It's called Passing Me By. Extend the pinky forward, and then shoulder bone comes over the hip. Flip the palm to the top of the sky. That's it. Beautiful. I'm so happy to be practicing with all of you today. Whether you're practicing live today or watching this in a recording, know that I'm sending you my love and my kindness and my compassion. So this song is all about someone who gets passed by, and I want you to know that if that's how you feel, I'm not passing you by. I'm right here with you. If you're feeling a little bit ignored, you're not. I'm present for you. I'm here for you. Hands on the knees. Left shoulder comes into the center. And then right shoulder comes into the center. Left and right. Come back to center. Let's take our goddess and lift the heels. Twist over to the right. Little core flow here. Come back to center. And over the left shoulder. Back to center, hands in prayer. Bring them forward. And then bring them down into the center, tracing the right fingertips up the left side. Inhale that right pinky high. And then back to center. Left fingertips reach, tracing that right arm. And then come back to center. Bring the knees back together. And then I'm going to take a warrior series with a couple of options, including use of what we're calling the Iyengar chair, which is the traditional chair with no back for chair yoga. So let's first do, the first option for us is to extend one leg and bend the right knee and take a warrior in this way. Okay, Crescent Warrior. The second option is going to be to come to the side of our chair. So feeling stable in our chair, maybe even holding onto the right side and softening that left knee. I like to have my knee under a block or a pillow, so mindful to take your version, maybe even a standing. That's it. And there's a third version that extends. So wherever you are, I'm going to get up for a second and demonstrate a more advanced version of this, where we bring the foot through. Wherever you are, feel the joy of just your presence in this posture. Feel your head extended like a maypole and your fingertips rising up as though you are a bouquet of flowers about to arrive on somebody's doorstep. And wherever you are in this practice, we'll come back to hands at heart center. And then bring the right hand to the hip and the left hand to that right knee, gazing over that right shoulder for a simple twist. Some of you may be able to grab onto the chair if you're doing this advanced practice. And then, of course, if you're practicing with Iyengars, no matter where you are, if you have that leg extended, we're going to soften the knee again. And then we're going to bring the legs through. So with the Iyengar, we're kind of stuck in between our chair a lot. So I'm going to come out of that. But if you are in your Iyengar chair, you're welcome to stay there in that position. Let's take a transition, a little vinyasa pass. I feel like I'm practicing with a friend here, and of course I am with all of you. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Lift the heels. Arms behind you, diver's pose. Dive in here. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale like a wave. Diver's pose. Inhale. Exhale, diver's pose. So again, if you're listening to the playlist, a little shout out to Kaz Holly, who I saw last night on a live stream concert. So we'll come back to Warrior series. This time, the left leg's going to be bent and the right leg's extended. So first level, right leg extends right out, arms overhead. So they don't have, your arms don't have to be behind your ears. You can see how that kind of stresses my neck. Maybe looking at the fingertips and seeing them rise, but also active in the core. So we can come over to the left here for next version. Holding onto the side of the chair here, bending that right knee and placing the block or the pillow under that right knee. Beautiful. Wherever you are in this posture, send yourself some joy. Send yourself some ease. Maybe you're beginning to extend that back knee. We all rock on one road. So if you're taking this expression in your Iyengar chair, mindful, getting in and out of these postures in the Iyengar chair, we can, if we move quickly, we can tweak our ankles and knees. So here again, you are the Mayday basket. So that little cone, the head is a lotus flower or a wildflower reaching up to bring joy to somebody who didn't expect it today. We can do that in so many different ways. We can just send out our love to someone. Bring the hands to heart center. And then take the right hand to that left knee, wherever you are in the practice, and gaze over the left shoulder. You can even grab the chair if you're in your Iyengar. And then transitioning, if you're in the chair, come into a goddess pose. I like to stand up and unwind from that. So the transitions are really important in chair yoga and in life too. We want to do those transitions in a mindful and safe way. So now we'll take a little rest in the back of our chair. And I'm going to lead a deep meditation to close our practice. So if you're feeling like you really wanted to do some more postures, if you're in that Iyengar chair, I recommend a blanket. The other thing is you can transition to your couch. You can also put your feet up if you've got two chairs. I'm going to take a mudra, maybe turning down the music if you had the music. I'm going to take a mudra today called the Dvimukam Mudra, which is the gesture of two faces. And this facilitates deep relaxation. So the Dvimukam means waves of tranquility. So we take the pinky and the fourth finger and touch them. And then we bring them to a relaxed position. I will leave my hands here so you can see them. But it's important that the fingers be relaxed, palm face up, resting. Yes, and if that mudra doesn't feel good for you, just place one hand on top of the other in the Mudra of Fearlessness. So this mudra represents the two sets of fingers that we touch here, but it also represents the two faces, the face of our limited personality and our essence, our true essence and true being. And the limited personality part is the mind, right? The things that the mind is always chasing, fear or chasing thoughts of opportunity just as a natural response. It's always scanning our environment for threats and opportunities. But when we consciously cultivate relaxation and we take the time, we can release, at least temporarily, any concerns and worries at the level of the personality and go to that, your true essence, which is joy and love and compassion. So, acknowledging that if your mind is racing and busy, that's normal. It's a normal, you're a human response. But to also know that with the practice of cultivating relaxation, we can begin to release that and go to that true essence of who we are. And so as we deepen the breath is directed gently towards your pelvis and your lower abdomen and your lower spine. So to relax a little more deeply, visualize yourself lying next to a tranquil sea with gentle waves flowing softly, creating a soothing sound reflected in your rhythmic breathing. Now these gentle waves of relaxation and ease flow up from this sea, caressing each area of your body individually, beginning with your legs and lower extremities. So on the inhale, send soft waves of relaxation and ease bathing your legs and feet. And as you exhale, allow all the tension from these areas to be naturally released. Now just take several breaths to feel that complete comfort of your soft, tranquil sea, bathing your legs and your feet. With your next inhalation, the soft waves of relaxation are going to bathe your pelvis, your abdomen, and your lower spine. So as you inhale, bring the soft waves of relaxation into your abdomen, your belly, your lower and middle back. And as you exhale, all tension is released down and out through the sides, the soles of your feet. So take a couple of breaths to bring a sense of ease into the belly and the lower back, and then exhale out the soles of the feet. And now the waves of relaxation and ease bathe our chest, our heart, and our upper back. So we inhale a sense of ease into the chest and rib cage and upper back and heart and lungs. And as we exhale, a current of release carries all tension down and out of your body. So take a couple more breaths to bring that ease into the chest and heart. And exhale that down and out into the body, into the earth and the soles of your feet. So with your next inhalation, this undulating soft flow up the fingers and hands, all the way to your shoulders. And as you exhale, sense all tension being released from your shoulders and arms and fingers. So bring that waves of ease into the shoulders and arms and fingers. So just take a couple of breaths to sense the relaxation in those areas. And now as you rest in the comfort of your soft, tranquil sea, sense your neck, head, and senses, all 5 senses relax. So sense the jaw relaxing, the eyes and the mouth, allowing them to become completely calm and serene. Even relaxing your sense of hearing in your ears, relaxing the tongue. So inhale that soft, calm sense into the head, into the jaw, and exhale all the way down through the soles of the feet. Now, within your entire body relaxed and at ease, take all the time that you need to allow your mind to rest completely within your warm, soft sea of tranquility. So let the waves of ease fill your mind. Let your body relax completely. The most crucial task is to forge more life into your day. This does not mean new to-dos. It means less. It means creating space to think, walk, eat, sleep, read, love, dream. Brendan Bouchard. And now, again, remain in your rested place for as long as makes sense for you. We'll come back to our seated position and take the Haunting Mudra of Joy, sending out our own light of joy to ourselves, sending out our light of joy to those we love, sending out our light of joy to those who are suffering around the world. Special compassion and love to everyone living in India today. May they find a little bit of joy today within their suffering. We'll bring our hands to heart center, thumbs to sternum, and then the thumbs up to the third eye. The joy in me bows to the joy in all of you. Thank you so much for practicing today.